Okay, coming up at 205 pounds, this is the Amateur Light Heavyweight Championship. The big boys are coming out. It is Karl Reed with Pitch Black MMA taking on Apineru Vele with the Reed Academy.
Well, it is for the belt, for the gold. You know, Apineru Vele coming all the way down from Ohio. You know he's coming to do work. But Karl Reed, that's a guy from a big gym who knows how to sling heavy leather.
Yeah, I talked to Karl Reed before this. He actually is got into this game because one of his former students as a wrestling coach passed away. He found mixed martial arts. It became a great outlet for him as a competitor, and he's used that to drive him. He cannot wait to get in the cage, and I cannot wait to see it. The 205-pound light heavyweight championship on the line here, coming up between Karl Reed and Apineru Vele.
The following bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the vacant USFFC Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the man fighting out of the XL Fitness blue corner. He represents Pitch Black MMA and steps inside the cage with a record flawless at 4-0. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at an even 205 pounds. Fighting out of Simpsonville, South Carolina, Karl No Worries Reed. The opposition comes in the form of the man standing across the cage and fighting out of the U.S. Army red corner. He represents the Reed Academy and steps inside the cage with a record of 4 victories opposite 2 defeats. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in officially at an even 204 pounds. Fighting out of Fairfield, Ohio, the Samoan Nightmare, Apineru Vele. Your referee, Blake Grice.
Referee Blake Grice sees these two men in the center. Final instructions given, gloves touched, back to their corners, and the violence is about to happen. Karl Reed, Apineru Vele, 205-pound championship, leaping kick starting off for Karl Reed.
Karl Reed on his toes, definitely with the length, the range there, the height and reach advantage.
But Karl Reed's a big fella, and he bounces around with some speed to him.
That Stephen Thompson style, the Pitch Black style, if you will.
Trying to confuse his opponent with his hands right here. Apineru Vele not falling for it yet. Karl Reed extending some punches.
And that's the thing, Apineru Vele almost in a trance there.
Great.
He really needs to get more aggressive, because if you wait around, oh, that's a big slam.
Man, Vele did a great job defending the first one with just an arm on the ground.
Sticking to him like glue here. Apineru Vele back up to his feet.
I tell you what, man, Karl Reed looks like a very strong individual, and he's got speed to match. Vele's going to have a tough time matching that here in the cage.
Great pressure there against the cage by Karl Reed.
Apineru Vele looking to try to create some distance between him and Karl Reed. Blake Grice telling the men to get active. Karl Reed looking to scoop a leg. He's got the double.
Here we go. He's got the hips again.
And he's going down for a ride.
Karl Reed chooses to pick him up. He could have dropped him straight down. He chooses to launch him into the air and slam him.
Yeah, and those, you know, unless you've hit the ground with that level of thunder, you don't know what it feels like getting slammed like that. Try walking down the hall and falling down.
My friend, that is not a trampoline right here. It looks like Karl Reed was looking to go for the iron cross there to block off that arm. Apineru Vele able to work his way back up to a standing base. Oh, beautiful judo technique. Toss. But look at this, Karl Reed ends up on his back looking for the rear naked choke, quite possibly.
Well, the grappling prowess from the big men so far here for the 205-pound championship. It's on the line. And man, Karl Reed just smothering.
He may have that choke there. That looks close. I can't see from this vantage point.
Vele's got 30 seconds left in the first round of this 205-pound matchup. Back to his feet.
Oh, here we go.
Karl Reed's a physical light heavyweight, no doubt about that.
Undoubtedly.
So far, able to put Vele where he wants, when he wants him there. And it looks like this fight's going to round number 2. Knees from Karl Reed. Vele throwing a punch at the very end of the bell. I want to see some more striking. I want to see Karl Reed. I want to see a 205-pound version of Stephen Thompson. I want to see that lead leg kick, you know, crazy style of karate that you see from Pitch Black. And there it is, you know, hands down low, lead leg kind of facing him, almost using it as a jab to kind of create distance and of course, knock out.
And again, Vele sort of waiting, and I understand why, because you really don't know what's coming next. But if you wait and you don't implement your style, you're just waiting on the impending disaster. This is what Vele needs to be doing. He needs to be throwing big, but he also needs to cover that chin. Hands down at his waist. Lead leg sticking way out the Pitch Black way. Vele with a leg kick of his own. Again, Apineru, Vele waiting. Not a good sign here. Exactly what he needs to do. He slipped that left hook in there. That was a sweet shot. That was close. That was close, though. Vele may have put, if he put an extra inch or two on that, it would have clipped Karl Reed. Karl Reed looking for a takedown. He's not gonna get it right away, but Vele. Here we go. It looks like he's got the arms clasped. Look for Karl Reed to lift him straight up over his head. We could have another slam coming up, Casey. WWE style. He grabbed the cage, and he's down. But Vele working back up against the cage, not quite flat on his back yet. In my estimation here, he needs to let go of that guillotine attack. It's not going to be there. Post his hand and get back up. Make it difficult for Karl Reed to do what he wants to do. I mean, those slams are impressive, but they don't cause that much damage. But it sounds awesome. It sounds awesome, but like I said, I would rather take 2 or 3 of those slams than take the beating, you know, from bottom. You know, this is what Karl Reed wants to avoid, a slugfest with Apineru Vele. Now Karl Reed, look at that, looking fresh as rain up on those toes, moving really, really well. Leaning his head forward to try to bait his opponent into a strike, by the way. Oh, beautiful shot. He eats an overhand right, and then Karl Reed right back on the hips of Apineru Vele. I think he may have hit that leaping kick to the midsection. Yeah. Working hard to scoop the feet out from underneath Apineru Vele. Karl Reed trying to pressure his man up against the cage. Right foot on the ankle to prevent it. Less than 20 seconds to go here. All Karl Reed here in this round, as in the first round as well. So, again, moving into the third, we're going to need to see Apineru Vele really improve his position, or it's going to be 3 straight for Karl Reed in my estimation. That could be the case. Round number 3 is upon us. We are a few minutes away from determining who will be the light heavyweight champion here at the amateur division of the USFFC. Right here at the sold-out TD Convention Center in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Matt Tomlinson. Alongside me is Casey Oxendine, having more fun than we should be allowed to have in the broadcast booth. Seat of the house, my friend, no doubt about it. Oh, here we go. Look at that. He went for the big high kick. Vele underneath him scores the takedown, but it may be Reed transitioning to the back here if Vele is not diligent in securing the takedown. You know, it's like he had that single leg there. It just couldn't finish it. Looks like Reed's got that front face lock. Vele shucks him off. Karl Reed right back to his feet. Yeah. But, man, Reed's got his own power. Yeah, I was going to say Reed manhandled for the first time in this fight because it's been Reed on the offense up until then. And he's back on the offense. Cage fighting going on between these 2 light heavyweight competitors. Apineru Vele is running out of options and time. Look at Vele looking for the guillotine possibly. He's got that arm in. I don't know that's going to be a strong enough vantage point to secure it. You got to really know what you're doing there to make that technique work.
Gable grip or anything that I can see. Yeah, there's not much on that. Karl Reed in no real danger right now, and that headlock just doing very little for Apineru Vele, who's fought hard, but it just seems to be a little, you know, outmatched so far. Good punches from Vele. Good punches to the body.
Oh, here we go. Reed with an outside trip. Beautiful.
He's got a schoolyard headlock, but it's not going to do anything.
Well, it's a guillotine position. He still kind of has it sunk under the neck there. But Reed has positioned himself well, and he's landing some shots there. Some heavy leather, if you will.
You know, Vele almost kind of forfeited one of his arms trying to grab a hold of that guillotine choke, and Reed capitalized, landing some unanswered shots. Now back to their feet up against the cage. 30 seconds left to go. The light heavyweight championship belt up for grabs. Who wants it more? Who's going to finish? Who's going home the champion? Seconds left in the fight. This one heading it to the judges' scorecard. Did Karl Reed do enough? You know, Michael Jordan misses free throws every once in a while. Tiger Woods misses a putt every once in a while. Casey Oxton and myself both thought the fight was over. We got 2 more rounds to go. This bout is not over. The light heavyweight championship still up for grabs. And here we are in the final rounds of the matchup, 4 and 5. Apineru Vele, Karl Reed.
Both men waiting. Uh-oh. Appears as though Karl Reed may have hurt his ankle there with that kick. But you never know, possibly drawing Apineru Vele in.
You know, Apineru Vele doesn't seem to really have slowed down. It's not like he came out super fast, but he's still throwing punches despite arguably losing 3 rounds in a row.
Well, it's not been a hugely damaging 3 rounds. A lot of it's been grappling. Oh, wow. He covered up too long. Karl Reed made him pay for it.
Good leg kick. You know, he's got his hands low. He's going to bounce back, kick him in the lead leg. Why not? Hands
and
down
again,
to his waist.
Vele waiting on the onslaught of Karl Reed.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't, you know, Reed's clearly trying to bait him into striking. That's why he's got his hands down. That's why he's got his chin pointed out like that. He wants Vele to try to come at him.
Vele goes down. And Vele back up to his feet.
Knee to the inside leg of Apineru Vele from Karl Reed. Side knee. A lot of pressure, wrist control. Karl Reed using his head to steer his opponent where he wants him. Vele not necessarily breathing heavily right now. I don't know, it doesn't appear like either fighter is particularly gassed out.
Breaks away, does Karl Reed. Lands some big shots. Now Vele winging some punches here as well.
Vele throwing some big shots,
Vele
eating big
dropped.
shots.
Here comes Karl Reed.
Karl Reed's throwing bombs. Vele's in trouble.
Wow. Oh, man, that is what we've been waiting on.
Wow. Swinging for the fences. Neither man landing the fight-ending bomb. Now Karl Reed, Karl Reed probably connected a little bit better between the two of them. It looked like Vele may have got dropped at one point in time, falling down
nicked.
to a knee.
I'm not certain if he just lost his balance, but both men definitely taking a breather there because they expended a lot of energy on that exchange.
But Grice telling him to get active. You know, a lot of the fight has been this kind of cage fight war going on between these two people, fighting for wrists, looking for positional improvement, trying to see who can slip up and get taken down. And
Round
there's round
4 on the books, man. Again, all 4 rounds for Karl Reed.
All right, the final round, and we're sure of it this time. By the way, we're
That's right, here we go, a show of love here and a show of respect by both of these men.
Karl Reed able to really use his reach advantage with a lot of effectiveness so far in this fight. Every time that Apineru digs in and fires, Karl Reed's not there.
Karl Reed still on his toes here in the 5th round. Great cardio conditioning as always.
This is not
Displayed
where Vele
by
wants
Pitch
to be.
Black. Oh, that was a big hit kick. That was a big shot there by Karl Reed. Will he be able to finish it? And Apineru Vele fires back.
Fires back, but Karl Reed's nowhere to be found.
Karl Reed doing what he's been doing all the way since the 1st round, racking up rounds, if you will, with these takedowns and this control against the cage.
Vele's got some serious power on those hands. When he digs down and throws his head down and throws those overhand rights, those are one-punch knockouts, but Karl Reed's done a great job of staying out of the range and not letting himself get engaged into an inside war.
But again, Vele back to his feet. Just under 2 minutes left in this round and in this fight. Oh, look at this. Vele looking for the guillotine once again.
Looking for the double leg takedown. Karl Reed clasps his hands behind the 2 legs of Apineru Vele. Right here against the broadcast booth. We're going for a ride.
He makes a moment out of it, landing Apineru Vele on his shoulder.
Karl Reed steps over
but
to
Vele
side
back
mount.
to his feet yet again.
Again. The amount of punishment this guy can take is incredible, Casey Oxendine. One of those slams would have had me out the building on the stretcher.
Are we gonna see it one more time from Karl Reed?
Uppercut finds its mark. Karl Reed with his hands down, kick to the body.
And again, Apineru just telegraphing so much with those punches.
Good leg kicks from Vele, but
30 seconds left in this fight.
not enough time to make leg kicks work. Swing with a left hook and misses. Karl Reed closes the distance.
We know what Karl Reed wants. He wants one more. One more to close this thing out.
Is Karl Reed going to give the crowd one more slam? Is he going to deliver one more big drop? Going for the single leg takedowns. Got it. And that just about does it for this 205-pound matchup.
Karl Reed finishing on top. I think 5 up, 5 down for Karl Reed. What a great fight for the U.S. Freedom Fighter Light Heavyweight Championship.
We go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. All 3 judges scored this bout 50-45 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now, USFFC Light Heavyweight Champion, Karl No Worries Reed.
All right, I am here with your new U.S. Freedom Fighter Light Heavyweight Champion, Karl Reed. It was 5 up, 5 downs, all 5 rounds on the scorecard. You did this, and while you did demonstrate that upstate karate pitch black style of karate, it was really the big slam that signaled the win here.
Yeah, man, you know, I came in, just wanted to do my thing. The goal was to let my hands go a little bit more. I landed a couple of head kicks, but I got to do a little bit better, you know, but I'm getting better every single day. I'll be in the gym tomorrow, still working. I got the best coaches in the world. First of all, I want to thank God, my Lord and Savior, for being my abilities. I'm trying to go all the way, man. I'm just going to keep putting the work in, getting better every day.
Now, notice that even though you didn't have to expend the energy sometimes, that you did. In other words, he kind of dropped down a little bit. You had his hips, and you hoisted him back on up. You picked him up, and you carried him back in here. You gave the fans really what they wanted to see. Now, is that something? And you never ran out of gas. You still went 5 strong. Is that something with you? Are you here to deliver for the fans as much as to win this fight?
Yeah, man, I want to please the fans. I mean, we're fighting, but it's an entertainment business. You know, that's why I went to Upstate Karate. I wanted to kick people in the head. You know, when I use my wrestling, I don't want to just bring them down. I want to slam them, make a statement just cause, you know. Give my fans a little something to cheer for. I got family here. You know, some guys drove down from Charlotte to see me. My team's here. You know, I got to put on a show. You know, my training partners are here. You know, that's what we do.
Well, there you have it. Please put your hands together for your new light heavyweight champion, Karl "No Worries" Reid.
Wow, what an amazing night of fights in the bag. Hasty Oxidine, I almost feel like I cheated to be able to sit cage side and watch these amazing fights go down. And, you know, I want to start off with the 205-pound light heavyweight championship matchup between Karl Reid and Apineru Vele. Wow, talk about a matchup of raw power versus raw power, except Karl Reid had the superior athleticism. He seemed to have the better reach. Apineru Vele just could never get the distance closed in.
Well, we spoke about it before. He was on his toes. He was moving around. Karl Reid moved like a lightweight in there, and then when it was time, he hoisted the big man up and slammed. He delivered big time in that fight, and now he's the champion.
And it's amazing because you look at Karl Reid, and here is, you know, almost like a 205-pound version of Stephen Thompson. He's from that renowned Pitch Black Mixed Martial Arts Academy. You know, the kind of the lead leg forward as a jab, you know, karate style stance, and to see him utilize that the same way that you see Stephen do is pretty incredible.
And not only that, he went 5 strong. Something great to see big guys like that doing, and they never stopped for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So Karl Reid definitely earning the victory against Apineru Vele. He is now the 205-pound champion for the USFFC.